Good morning, we are from Group 10 and we are here presenting about the application of mixed integer linear programming for the manpower schedule optimization in one of the local companies in Indonesia called Kaysya. But before that, as an acknowledgement of the country, we would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional owners of the land upon which our campuses are located. So this is our agenda. I will go through it one by one. And these are our team members. So don't forget to say hi when we see each other. And so what is Kaysya then? So part of the introduction to the company, we are providing the QR code that you can just scan and direct you to the Instagram of Kaysya. So Kaysya, there's still a QR code there so you can still scan. So Kaysya is basically a local company in Indonesia which specializes in women's fashion wear. And it is located in Indonesia, Jakarta, and established in 2014, and by 2017, they built their own independent factories. And then, stage of production in Kaysya, there are 5: cutting, embroidery, sewing, sweeping, and packaging. And then the monthly sales profile shows it fluctuating from January to December, and then on the annual sales, it shows a steady increase year by year. And next is the problem identification. So Kaysya has 5 departments, as I mentioned before, and each department has 2 shifts, morning and afternoon. And currently they have 48 full-time employees, and they are currently thinking of adding temporary employees to meet the fluctuating demand and the increasing yearly demand. And there are the outsourcing company provides the temporary employees. They have single annual contract with them. And there are 2 options, 3-month and 6-month contract. And they have limitation in terms of the availability of the temporary employees. And then next, on Kaysya's policies. It requires the temporary employees to attend the training, which is provided by the training provider. And they have some limitation as well in terms of the slots of the training. And then next is the full-time employees preference. As part of the tradition in Indonesia, typically the employees in Indonesia prefer to take leave during the 2 festive seasons, which is the Idul Fitr and Idul Adha. So Kaysya tries to accommodate this by regulating that 50% of full-time can take leave during the Idul Fitr and 50% on Idul Adha. Next, in the literature review, we selected some journals that goes under this category. And we identified some strengths, which are the clear number of demand, employee preference are included, and also fixed and variable costs also included. And the weakness is that lack of incident constraint. They exclude the employee training and lack of employee categorization. And from there, we address the weaknesses from the literature by developing our models. And these are the steps. The first one, understanding the proper optimization problem. Basically, we need to determine the number of temporary employees under the 3-month and 6-month contract. And then we need to identify the optimal scheduling between the full-time and the temporary employees, while still to minimize the total manpower cost, while still meeting the identified constraints. And then next is the decision variables. So we identify there are 2 decision variables, Xijk and Yij. Xijk represents the number of employees I hired in Department J in shift K, while Yij is like a binary. It can be 1 if employee I in Department J is hired either in the morning or after a shift, 0 otherwise. So we have these 2 types of decision variables in the general binary. And now it's time for the quiz, as you may expect. So, as usual, for those of you who can get it right, can get free chocolate from us. So, we have these 2 types of decision variables. So which one linear program should be selected? LP, MLP, IP, or BIP? We have to.
MILP.
Yes, congratulations. You got the chocolate. Congratulations. MILP.
Thank you.
And then determine the objective function. Basically, we want to minimize the total manpower cost. It has 2 costs, variable cost and fixed cost. The variable cost consists of employee wages and training costs. The fixed cost is service fee. And then this is the mathematical model, the sum of these 3. And the constraints, we identified 9 here. The first one is the minimum number of personnel in each department. These are the mathematical models. And then the next one is the minimum number of full-time employees. And these are the mathematical models. And then next is the maximum number of temporary employees provided by the outsourcing company. And then next is the maximum number of full-time employees in each department. And then next, there's also limitation on the maximum training slots provided by the training provider. And then the employee preference, and then the integer constraint, which is the xijk, and the binary constraint, which is the yij, and non-negativity constraint. And then after that, the model generated this model output in the table and chart forms that shows the number of employees to be hired and the hiring scheduling. And the objective function value, the total manpower cost, is 7.197 billion Indonesian rupiah. And we did sensitivity analysis, consists of two. The first one increased the full-time employee wages. These are the comparison of full-time wages between this case and sensitivity case. And these are the results. Basically, by increasing the full-time employee wages, we have a higher total manpower cost. And then the second one is increase the number of full-time employees in each department. These are the comparison of the number of full-time employees. And these are the results. And interestingly, as we increase the maximum number of full-time employees by 25%, we can have a lower total manpower cost. So basically, the strength of our models include robust and realistic data input. External constraints are included from the outsourcing company as well as from the training provider. So that's why we include the training capacity and training costs. But also we observe some weaknesses that we still need to improve. The first one is no meal allowance, because in practice, Kaysya provides meal allowance to the employees, which adds to the total manpower cost actually. And then model calibration are still needed upon the assumption changes. Then we lack consideration of irregular leaves such as maternity leaves, unplanned leave, sick leave, something like that. And then the recommendation, we recommend first explore hiring additional full-time employees, because as per the sensitivity analysis, when we increase the full-time employees, then we can reduce the total manpower cost, and then invest in the automation in the sequin company department, because at the moment sequin company is the one that has manual labor, and that's why it has the most personnel in the department. And then the last one is consider a multi-year contractual agreement with the outsourcing company to get a better pricing from them, so we can negotiate with them. And then the conclusion, basically after we get this input of decision variables, objective functions, and constraints, we can create an MILP that can achieve our goal to minimize the total manpower cost in Kaysya. However, there are some caveats that we need to pay attention, that we need to have accurate data input, and we need to have periodic recalibration to the model to ensure that our outputs are consistently accurate. So last but not least, this is our final quote. Our exam will be closed book, just a reminder, so good luck for your exam. And yeah, thank you.
Any question? No question? Yeah. Thank you.